Hi, my name is Erik Stanley, and I'm a partner at Provident Law in Scottsdale, Arizona. My practice is focusing on representation of churches and nonprofits and ministries throughout the state of Arizona and the country. I want to talk today about property tax exemptions for churches and for nonprofits, which is an important issue and is something that saves churches and nonprofits tens of thousands of dollars per year if they are able to get the property tax exemption. We recently had a couple of cases where property tax exemption was denied. One with a church that was renting out a portion of its facility to a third party, and the assessor denied the property tax exemption. And then another issue where a nonprofit missed some of the deadlines required for renewal of the nonprofit tax exemption for the property. Now, in both of those cases, we were able to get the property tax exemption reinstated. But it highlights a couple of important things that churches and nonprofits ought to know about property tax exemption. One is that there are strict deadlines in state law for obtaining and for renewing property tax exemptions. Now, here in Arizona, those property tax exemption applications and renewals have to be filed by the first Monday in the new year, no later than March 1st. Other states have different time periods for filing property tax exemptions. And those deadlines are strict deadlines that if they are not complied with, then often those property tax exemptions are automatically denied. There also are some other issues involved in those deadlines, such as if a church does not have a 501c3 determination letter from the IRS, or if a nonprofit does not have that letter, then they have to file in Arizona annually a renewal between the first Monday in January and then March 1st of that year in order to renew their property tax exemption every year. If that renewal is not filed, then the property tax exemption is automatically denied. It also highlights in the one case I mentioned where the nonprofit was renting its property to a third party and was obtaining some profit or income from those rentals, the assessor denied. Now, it highlights the fact that the assessors can sometimes make mistakes about what the law says on nonprofits and property tax exemption. We were able to show case law to the assessor that demonstrated that a nonprofit can rent out its facilities occasionally and still maintain its property tax exemption. Now, in both of these instances where we were able to reinstate the property tax exemption, both of these nonprofits and the church were able to save tens of thousands of dollars that they would have had to pay in taxes otherwise. So it's important to understand what the law is. It's important to understand what the deadlines are. If your church or nonprofit is facing an issue regarding your property tax exemption, please feel free to call Provident Law, and we would be more than happy to talk with you to explain your options and to ensure that you can obtain the property tax exemption you're entitled to.